Pleasant afternoon, sir and future teachers. I am Emelyndaal, and I'm going to continue the report of about roots to globalization. First, the challenge, the struggle, the response, and a call for international cooperation. So my task that is given to me is the response. So the response to globalization. So first, I'm going to tackle about globalization. Globalization is a term used to describe this increasing connectedness and interdependence of food cultures and economies. Globalization brings new potential for development and wealth creation, but there are divergent views and perceptions among people as concerns its economic and social impact, and indeed widely varying impacts on the interests and opportunities of different sectors and economic of social sectors. What is economic globalization? Economic globalization is the process of leading to the integration of final products, immediate goods, and factory markets across countries, coupled with the increase of salience of cross-border value chains in international economic flows, has generated much debate about its causes, extent, and impact on business and public policy. This volume is the third in a series of three that examines its implication for governance, structures across countries and issues areas. Responses to globalization. Therefore, widely understood as an inundating wave of uniformity that threatens to wash away all cultural differences and remaining the foundation of distinct social and political distributions. So I'm going to tackle the true responses to globalization. First, the fatalism. Second is the reasserting local identity. And third is a violent resistance. Fatalism. A fatalistic response which states that the world is simply powerless to resist globalization. Seabrook argues the most leaders of the developed world take the position that globalization is inevitable and irreversible. Seabrook suggests these leaders are experiencing an impotence of convenience. Their confessed powerlessness disguises the fact that the forces of globalization economically advantage their countries and their economic elites. Second is the reasserting local identity. Some cultures may attempt to resist globalization by reasserting local identity. This may involve deliberately highlighting and celebrating local folklore and language. For example, the French government have banned words such as email. So email is a very familiar to us. Takeaway and now hashtag. So hashtag, we certainly see this in social media. Their hashtag. And imposed a culture tax in cinemas showing non-French films. Another aspect of this trend is commodification, in which a local population package and sell aspects of their local traditional culture. For example, members of the Maasai tribe in Kenya perform for tourists after carefully removing their trainers and watchers to make the whole thing more authentic. Last is the violent resistance. A final response is the emergence of violent resistance, mostly in the developing world, as some peoples interpret globalization as an assault or their identity. Seabrook agrees that this is how we should understand terrorism, not as a response to poverty, but as a response to the supposed miracle working, wealth creating propensities of globalism, such as some religion and ethnic groups resist globalization because they interpret the West as having declared an ideological war on local cultures.